I'm not going to be on this for a while, but because of the breaking news cycle, I'm just going to be here probably like 20 minutes or probably less. But breaking news is, according to, news sources and other things, a grand jury has been convened in New York in criminal probe of disgraced former President Donald Trump. Am I surprised? Nah. What's poppin'? First Lady Spear. I mean, yeah, Kyle's been a day. And what's up, Joseph? But this is no surprise. If you're from New York and northern New Jersey or southern Connecticut, you know the history behind Donald Trump and his corruption. From his daddy, when his daddy was alive, to him. I mean, the corruption had started in the 1970s. A decade before I was born. And during the time I was born in the 80s, he got away with so much stuff. And then by like 1989, he's the first time he filed for bankruptcy. And because of the casinos and everything in Atlantic City. My mother told me like you couldn't win in a casinos in Atlantic City. So that's why my mother never liked going to his casinos. Hey, Sky. So other than that, I mean, I'm not surprised. But I would like to say this for good old sake. And it's my phrase. And I use it on Twitter and I'm going to use it on Instagram. Donald Trump and his family is about to go through some things. Will be going through some things, I should say. Will be going through some things. And this is just only the beginning. I mean, this is like decades worth of stuff. They say, oh, we could get them on the federal stuff and blah, 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 blah. But I said the state stuff is just even more steeper because the Trump organization has been embedded in corruption from the 1970s to now. So, I mean, and New York has been on his ass for a long time. The DA's office, the U.S. Attorney office has been in his ass for a long time. The Attorney General's offices before Tish James was elected, Eric Schneiderman was investigating him. And I believe Governor Cuomo, when he was the AG, was investigating him. I mean, Donald Trump has been investigated forever. Forever and ever and ever. It so happens he beat the system because he's so bad in court, but his lawyers, he had good lawyers. Now it's a wrap. Because he served public office and how disgraceful he is and everybody, the whole world saw it, things about to not look his way. So, as for good old time's sake, I said, Donald Trump and his family will be going through some things. And as I like to say, blessings and tough break, motherfucker. Hi, Queen Lion. Hi, Millie. No, 09. I'm sorry to mispronounce your name. Yeah, the taxes ain't nothing to play with, especially here. Shit. And he fuck up the taxes here in New York and New Jersey and Connecticut, in Massachusetts, in California. Yep, it was the dumbest thing he did, Kyle. The dumbest thing he ever did was run for president because all your shit is out in the open and all your stuff will be investigated and you're a public figure, so everything you do is public knowledge. What do you expect when you're a public official? Ask the long-time politicians. That man's always been embedded in scandals before I was born, and during the time I was born, he was. And even when I was a little kid, all his marriages, all his breakups were public, and it was disgusting. Oh, God. But everybody should have listened to New Yorkers and folks in New Jersey and Southern Connecticut, but nobody listened to us. Nobody. Yep, the pride goes before the fall. Absolutely, Queen. But also, because this is one of these last things I want to cover. So, I believe, I don't know if she's still trending, but I'm just going to take a look. Oh, yeah, homegirl is still trending. Nina Turner, Ohio's 11th congressional district candidate, who's running on a Democratic ticket, has been trending all day because she got an endorsement from Katie Porter, one of the new freshmen. Even though I consider her still a freshman. She's only been in there for 2 years. Got the endorsement from endorsement from Katie Porter for her campaign. Because she got that endorsement, according to Harry J. Gomez, everybody was disappointed. So Palmer report, he's been following me. He said, it's disappointing that Katie Porter, who usually does her homework on everything, apparently didn't do her homework on the fact that Nina Turner has been one of the most toxical, divisive, and destructive figures of the American political left over the past 5 years. Where's the lie? He's not lying. And Mr. Lobster said, maybe Katie Porter needs to take a long look at Nina Turner's disastrous tenure as the head of our revolution. And Chuck Todd's Shambles Banks said, imagine throwing away your political clout and capital for a nutcase like Nina Turner, and I see is two clowns. She ain't lying about that shit. But here's what I tweeted. Because in the spirit and in the light of Nina Turner still trending at 11:20. So here's the videos that I posted up because I was dying to do this. So here it is. Okay. So, oh my gosh, I almost lost it. Every time when Nina Turner is trending on Twitter, let's remind ourselves that she's the modern day Judas / Benedict Arnold. Back in December, Nina Turner announced her candidacy for Congress. As she announced her candidacy, I put out this thread. As I said last week, this is back in December 24th. I tweeted this on Christmas Eve. Nina Turner is trying to clean up her rhetoric on aisles I fucked up, because that's what it was, with the Democratic Party. But we still remember her support for Green Party candidate Jill Stein, who was actually a Russian asset. I mean, she sat at the table with, what's his face? Michael Flynn. And let's not forget what she said on her podcast a few weeks ago before launching her bid for Congress. She's definitely not the Democrat base. And I meant what I said. So that was one of my tweets. You can look at that. Another is, in honor of Nina Turner trending, we cannot forget she got dragged on TV by Dr. Jason Johnson during the 2020 Democratic presidential primaries. Y'all saw that? And as much as I don't agree with Dr. Johnson, he was right on this. He was so right, and he was spot on. Because guess what? Because of people like her, Rashida Tlaib, David Serrata, and many other of his national surrogates is the reason why he lost. Not his campaign directors. Not those two guys, and not even Ro Khanna. Nor, what's her face? Congresswoman Jayapal. It was those other ones that I named on the toxic left. So, and another one. It's another thread. And let's keep in mind that Nina Turner spoke at the People's Convention last year after the DNC. And there are receipts to prove it. So let me just read your comments before I get into this ass. I knew after Katie Porter tried fucking with Maxine over what? Yup. Kyle, you right. Can't be fucking around with old people. And Katie Porter, I kind of like lost respect for. So this is no surprise because she endorsed Elizabeth Warren knowing good and damn well that Kamala Harris was the candidate. But who am I? Who the fuck am I? And that includes Ayanna Pressley. But let me just get into this ass because I gotta get into Nina Turner's ass. So here it is. This might be a good read, might be a bad read, but it's a read. Nina Turner, for the past 5+ years, you have been nothing but a toxic, evil-spirited person on the fringe left. You've been tap dancing for a man who never accomplished anything great when it came to the Black and brown communities in the United States of America. During his tenure, both in the House and the Senate, he haven't done shit but passed 7 bills, which some of them he was co-sponsored on, and then 2 of them was renaming post offices. This man have not done shit for the black community. And for the last fucking time, stop showing that fucking picture of him being chained to that woman that got arrested in the 1960s, because that was not him. Stop fucking lying. All that shit that you have talked, Nina, about the Democratic Party, about Hillary Clinton, about Joe Biden, and about the vice president that you compared yourself to during your interview with Tiffany Cross. Yes, we still have not forgot that. All of a sudden, you want to say voting is private. All of a sudden, you want the good graces of the Democratic base voters, which is black people, especially older black people, ages 50 and up. No, we still remember you showing your motherfucking ass. We did. We did. And I will never forget your disdain for the vice president that you compared yourself to, saying that she's what Wall Street wanted. I quote that because that was her. And you will never be Kamala Harris. Never in a million years be Vice President Kamala Davy Harris. You just never will. Because why? Because you have not accomplished what the vice president have accomplished in her tenure. So Nina, if you're listening, and I don't expect you to take this advice wisely, don't you ever compare yourself to the vice president. We don't want your apology for what you said about the Democratic base voters, including people like me and my parents who've been voting with the Democratic Party all their lives. And no, we will not support you. You are the modern day Judas / Benedict Arnold along with Breonna Gray. Okay? You're along with that. You tap dance for people like Bernie Sanders, David Serrata, Ryan Knight, and many of those white fringy left ass motherfuckers out there. Those disrespectful ass son of a bitches. So Nina, I pray that you probably do well in your what is it? In your race. Because you have people like Chantel Brown who actually gives a damn about the people in Cleveland. Because the last time I checked, your ass was not in Cleveland. Boo. You wasn't. You motherfucking wasn't. So until then, tough break, sis. Because you're going to have an uphill battle to climb. Because you're going to clean up all the mess that you said about the Democratic Party. So that's my piece. And to all the fringe left, because I know some of y'all slide in my comments. I'm not going to read y'all tweets because it's not serious. But I would like to say this to y'all. I said what the fuck I said about Nina. I said every word. I don't hate the lady, but I didn't like the fact that she showed her motherfucking ass for the last 5.5 years, and now she want good graces from people that look like me. Nah. It's not happening. Saying that she's not going to bow down to the corporate Democrats. What is a corporate Democrat? I never heard of that shit until white, dirty, bro socialists came up with that shit. The motherfuckers that don't take showers. And always want shit for free. If you want free shit, take a motherfucking shower. And put some deodorant on. But to you, fringe left, I'm going to need for y'all to stay mute and shut the fuck up. Because y'all don't even know what the fuck y'all say out of your mouths 95% of the time. Y'all don't know shit. So take this advice wisely. I said what I said. Now, last thing I want to do is I saw this and I thought this was funny. But I'm just going to read this to you all. I got to find it first. So, I don't know if he's still a Democrat, but the Georgia State Representative Vernon Jones, the guy who endorsed Trump and tried to say he wants to expose the Democratic Party for their bigoted ways, tweeted this today. I wish people recognize the death of Jesus Christ as much as they do George Floyd. That's all I have to say. And I'm mad this shit got 8,375 likes. So this pastor named Reverend Dr. Chuck Curry said, Christian minister here, what is wrong with you? Keep in mind, he's white. And then another black guy said, get him, Mr. White Man. Vernon Jones is one of the most disappointing black men to serve in any political capacity. Him and even Herschel Walker, they're the most two disgusting, geeky ass looking ass black men. And they have the nerve to have a big platform to support a whole entire bigot who always been a bigot for his whole entire life. Trust me, I grew up in New York City. I know. And for Herschel Walker's offspring, the acne-driven Christian Walker, who is tap dancing for the whitest racist bigot ever, it's just, like embarrassing. But Vernon Jones, how's it working for you that now that you are being exposed for the jackass you are, that you got read by a white man, a white Christian pastor at that, because you want to be a deplorable jackass and a Benedict Arnold portraying your whole entire race? Maybe we should trade you off somewhere, because I don't want to be associated with you, sir. I don't. So people like you, Herschel Walker and his offspring, and Brandon Tatum and Karen, and was it Terrence K. Williams? I was about to say his name wrong because, you know, he looked like a fucking raccoon. You guys are an embarrassment to the ancestors. And if you don't like what I have to say, you can kiss my ass, because I said what I said. Tim Scott, what a crazy and terrible thing to say. Yeah, it was crazy. And yes, Queen, I'm shaking my head. Girl, I'm shaking my head too. But I'm going to end this. It's going to be a hot one on the East Coast once again for the next 2 days. I will do a live. I'm so sorry. I promise to do a live on Twitter when I have the time, because I be on the phone with my mom and everything. So this is like easier because I'll be, I gotta do the Twitter space thing. I'm gonna do it maybe tomorrow, because I'm supposed to get vaccinated on Thursday. So pray for me, y'all. Yes, they're getting kicked out of the cookout, Kyle. And yes, I will do I will, Cam, I promise I will do a live so everybody can speak. But I'm not going to let like knuckleheads speak, because I'm going to detect. I should have a thing where it detects the radars of people that's speaking and shit. So, yeah. But I'm going to end this real quick. Please, it's getting hot. It's summertime. And I know some of us want to show our skin. We want to have a hot back summer. Just wear your mask, even if you're double vaccinated. I live in New York City, so I'm going to keep my mask on because I'm going to get my second shot. But because I live in a city with almost 9 million people, and some people don't want to get vaccinated. So that's the only reason why I'm still wearing my mask. But, oh, yes. Yeah, it might be a little cool, you know, in Boston. Boston, sometimes they weather be weird. I used to go to school in Boston, college, so I know. But please wear the proper clothes. I know it's not a popular opinion. I know, but I'm tired of seeing people without a bra on or nipple pasties. I don't want to see people's nipples. It's so disgusting. As women, yes, I know I'm a little traditional when it comes to dressing, but it's important to, you know, have support. The main thing you want to have support on your tits, because when you don't wear a bra, your titties tend to sag at an early age. It does. So women, if you're listening out there, please dress properly. Wear the proper underwear. If you're light skinned, or if you're white, or if you're light, if you're very light, please wear a nude underwear so people don't have to see your drawers. Because that is the worst thing people can do, is see your drawers. Because you don't want that to happen. And you want to feel comfortable. And for black women, it's black underwear. Dark-skinned women, black underwear. Light-skinned women, nude underwear. And if you are at least a B cup and under, please wear nipple pasties if you don't want to wear a bra. If you're more than a C cup, you need to put on a bra. And adjust the straps so it could look nice. You know, you want your clothes to look nice. And if you're more than a size 6, if you're about a size 8, size 10 and up, wear a shaper. Because it actually makes your clothes fit better. Especially when you wear a dress. If you're wearing jeans, you don't have to wear a shaper, but just wear the proper underwear. But if you're wearing a dress, please wear a goddamn shaper. So no one has to see the lining of your underwear. And for men, please pull up your pants. Nobody wants to see your drawers. Nobody cares what kind of drawers you have on. Because you have to lead your lady or your man to the imagination. You know, it's 2021. You know, I got to say lady and man. It all makes a difference. Thank you, Lee, because you took the words right out of my mouth. But until then, folks, you have a good night, and I'll probably be on Twitter Space tomorrow. I'll probably do that. So, good night.